9:30 a.m. Very strange for the Batman statue collector. I'm just here enjoying my iced caffeinated beverage. Like I said, coffee up. Welcome to the show. So I was just down here doing some framing, all of that good stuff. And I'm like, I never go live in the morning. It's definitely something that won't happen very often. But I thought, why not hang out in the morning? Also, it gives the opportunity for a lot of collectors say, hey, Chris, I would love to join the live show, but it's always at the weird time. I'm sleeping. And so hopefully this gives some people some opportunities to, chime in on the comments and all of that good stuff. So again, good morning. Wake up with me today. I'm not sure if, my brain's going to be going yet or not. So if you're going to help me wake up, like I said, go get some coffee, go get something to, I'm not sure why I'm blurry. It's going to be that kind of day, I guess. Anyway, welcome to the show. This is your show. When we do these hangouts, it's all about what you guys want to talk about. So please feel free to, chime in on the chat and all that good stuff. Okay. So anyway, hopefully Chris already had his cup of coffee this morning. See, I'm still working on it. Random McDonald's. So my favorite, I like Starbucks. I get lattes, and Chris and Logan always tell me I shouldn't be drinking these, but I'm doing okay. So it's just coffee, or it's espresso and milk and ice. That's it. So I don't know if anybody cares about this, but basically I would go to Starbucks and get them, and they're like $5, $6 or whatever. It's very expensive. So I started going to McDonald's about a year ago or so, and I really liked their lattes. I don't know, and it was cheaper. It's like $2 when you use the app. And then around Thanksgiving time, their machine broke. It exploded on somebody. And so they voluntarily pulled the lattes and things from their lineup in certain markets, most markets. So up until the last week or so, it has been broken since November. And all of a sudden they start having them again. So I'm pretty happy about that. So anyway, my $2 coffee, I like it better than Starbucks. I did get an espresso machine, and I found one that's like kind of like this. I can't remember what the name of it was, the individual cup, but it's pretty close to this. It's pretty close. So anyway, yeah, this is my like treat that I go get myself. A lot of people might drink alcohol or, go get themselves a piece of pie or something. This is what I like. This is my treat for the day. Gets me going, wakes me up a little bit. So anyway, coffee up, everybody. Coffee up. All right, here we go. What else we got? We got the Ben Cave in the house. Good morning to you. We got, all right, what's up, Chris and everybody? Thanks again for being here, my friend. We got Derpy Entertainment. Man, what a great name that is. Love it. Oops, I skipped one. Oh, no, I'll have to watch until I take a nap. What? You're going to take a nap? You're going to watch while you're taking a nap? That's impressive. Hey, Chris, watching from Washington, D.C. That's awesome. Cobra Edits. Hope everything is great. I've never been to Washington, D.C. That's definitely a place on my bucket list. My family could care less about Washington, D.C. It's always been a place that I would love to visit, especially like the Smithsonian and stuff. So anyway. Who's your choice for DCU Batman? Well, the guy that plays Reacher, Alan, I can't think of his name, but anyway, I thought he would be good. Some people don't love his acting ability, but I think he would look good as a Batman. So I don't know. I don't know if I have a particular choice at this point. Damian Wayne. Man, that is a tough one. The kid from the Umbrella Academy? He's not really a kid anymore. He's a man at this point. But if you've ever seen the Umbrella Academy, I'm actually watching season 4 right now. I'm a little slow on the uptake. But anyway, yeah, I was watching that show, and I know other people have said that too, that they think that he would be a good Damian. So anyway, Kenneth Bird in the house. Hi to everyone. Hello to Kenneth. We got Rock and Roll Rankins. Josh in the house. Starbucks coffee is trash and way overpriced. It is definitely. I like the flavor of the lattes there, but it is stupid overpriced for what you're getting. I mean, again, this is $2 for a smaller one, like about this size at Starbucks. It's like $6. So it's just stupid. It's just stupid. I also want to give a plug to this guy right here, Rock and Roll Rankins. A lot of you guys know him as Josh. Anyway, he is doing his own channel. He's going to do his own channel, and he's doing something really fun. It's actually something that we used to do here on the channel a lot. We would do featured collectors. And the hard part was back then is a lot of people didn't want to appear on camera, or, like we would feature them and like their story and their collection. And over time, that just kind of turned into like room tours, because a lot of times people didn't want to appear on camera back then. And I'm excited for Josh, because he's bringing that idea back, really. And it's like trying to get the community aspect, which again, I love that very much. And so I'm really excited about what he's going to be doing on that. So again, if you haven't subscribed, Rock and Roll Rankins is his channel. I don't know how often he's going to be doing those streams. I think it's this Wednesday, I think, if I remember right. So I don't know if it'll be like every other Wednesday, like opposite of Rogues. I'm not exactly sure what he has in mind, but anyway, I think it's awesome. So again, just to bridge that gap, to really tell the collector stories. So I love what Josh is doing. So definitely check out Rock and Roll Rankins on YouTube. Mike Stainbrook, member for 45 freaking months. This guy has been around forever. Cannot thank you enough, Mike. Again, the members here are phenomenal. So thank you very much. I just don't even know what to say. Thank you for your support. Tim Horton. I've never had a Tim Hortons. Is that a coffee place? Breakfast place? Let me know. 7 foot tall Chief Jeff. Are you actually 7 foot tall? That's what I want to know. Or are you like 6'2"? Like I'm 6'2", or at least I used to be 6'2". I'd probably more like 6'1" now. Anyway, he's a member. Thank you for being here. Jacob T, heading to church and listening to the BSC. Good Sunday morning. Well, hopefully the message you're about ready to receive is way better than mine. I'm making double time while watching this. That's great. Eric S, another Brotherhood member. We got a lot of members here this morning. Thank you guys for waking up with me today. What goes down if you don't drink your daily coffee, Chris? Nothing really. I survive no matter what. I'm not one of those people like, oh, I don't have my morning coffee. Like I'm not one of those people. I'm generally fairly upbeat, but it definitely gives me some energy in the morning, wakes me up. I am a morning person in the regards that I have to be up at, at 6 o'clock every morning to get to work, and get my son to school and his friend to school. So, I dad duty first, and then I head to work. But this definitely, again, the coffee definitely helps get the day rolling. A lot of times I have meetings in the mornings with parents and stuff like that. So, it's just one of those things where it just, picks you up a little bit. But I still survive without my daily coffee. But I like to have it. Yes, the one that shifts through space. What did I miss there? What did I miss? I don't know if I missed something there. Sorry if I did. Stop at the last season went downhill. Are you talking about Umbrella Academy? Morning, everyone from Universal Key. Thank you very much. I like your Captain America shield. Haggis Muncher. Hello from Scotland. Will Chad be on soon to launch Clayface, Riddler, and Catwoman bus? I don't know. I had a conversation with Chad this week just about, how things are going, the state of things. He has been extremely, extremely happy with how sales have been going for the bus. He really is happy with that. So to me, that is very good news, because obviously that is going to give him confidence to keep going with these bus lines like Clayface, Riddler, Catwoman. So I would imagine, I know that the renders that I saw were pretty much final renders. So I think that we'll probably see some printed versions. Hopefully Chad will send me the prototypes. He did just send Jeff Delaney the prototype for the dark side, which looks great. By the way, if you haven't checked out Secret Sanctuary's prototype review of that, it's great. So anyway, yeah, hopefully soon. Josh says Aiden Gallagher from Umbrella Academy would be a great Damon Wayne. And yeah, that's the guy with the suit, right? The young kid. I think he would be great. I am 7 feet. That is crazy. You are 7 feet. That is nuts. That's awesome. Yes, a coffee and sandwich, please. There you go. That sounds delicious. I am 7 foot tall, size 20 shoe. I did the trick eye video. Oh, yeah, I can't believe you're 7 feet tall. That's fantastic. I'm assuming you played some basketball. I don't know if that's stereotypical, of me to guess that. Yeah, thank you very much for doing the video again. It was really cool to see that piece. I know there was some collectors really concerned about them like not ever like getting it out. Like they were worried it was going to be canceled or something. But yeah, I'm really glad it turned out so well. Cobra Edits, have you ever been to Seattle? There's a fantastic comic shop up there. I was there in 2003. My friends and I, we flew up there for WrestleMania. That was WrestleMania 19. And that was where the baseball stadium is there. That was really cool. So we spent basically kind of like a long weekend there. We did the monorail, we did the Space Needle, we went to Fisherman or the fish market there. We took the ferry over across the Puget Sound. We did try to go across town and find a record shop. So the crazy thing was, we had never really traveled much. We were younger in 2003. And so, that was over 20 years ago. And I remember we were in Seattle and we had never really taken buses before. And, this was way before Uber and all of those days. So we were trying to find this record shop and, blah, blah, blah. And my friend Sean was really super into music, still is, but, really wanted to get some vinyl. And I remember we were on this bus and we were like, okay, well, we're trying to get to this other town and it wasn't supposed to be very far away. And so we're on this bus for 45 minutes and we're like, so we start to kind of panic a little bit and we're like, okay, where are we? Aren't we supposed to be getting to this town 20 minutes ago, blah, blah, blah. And so we go kind of up to the driver and we're like, are we anywhere near this place? And this lady, I'll never forget. She's like, oh Lord, honey, you were on the wrong bus. And so we were heading out of town. We were just, up 40 minutes out of town, going the wrong way. And so she radios this other bus, and this other bus, we're in the middle of nowhere. This other bus, we're pulling up this way. The other bus comes back and they're like, you guys get off. So we're in the middle of the road getting off. And then we get on this bus and head back to Seattle. So I'll just never forget that. That was directionally challenged for sure. I am. There's no doubt about it. Thank God for Google Maps and Google Navigation now, which I think is the best invention of my lifetime because it's definitely helped me out tremendously. But I've never been to the comic book shop there, clearly. Oh yeah, we also did the Jimi Hendrix experience. We did that too. That was pretty cool. How's your room ideas going? Good afternoon from the UK. Still puzzled as ever. I did my video the other day about what should I do with the middle. I did announce this week on Rogues that I'm going to get the 0 year tactical throne. So I need some spaces for the middle, and I just don't know still how to do that. I think I'm probably going to do the couch idea. I know Dan really wants me to do the couch, and then maybe do some sort of U-shape built in. I'm going to have to build this thing, or have somebody build it. I don't know, but I think that it's time to probably do something like that where I can actually do a second tier display. So we'll see. Crazy excited for the Batman bust. I'll be looking to get a Joker, and that's it for me. And it's funny because he hasn't really even I don't even think he's even started to design a Joker yet. Obviously, a Joker would be a no-brainer, but I think he really did want to concentrate on some of those other villains that people wanted first, which I love. And we've had a lot of conversations about that. People are, which is why I was a little surprised he did another Dark Side, because he's already done a Dark Side. I don't know why he wouldn't have necessarily focused on something different. And I don't know how well this Dark Side is sold, but I think people are, again, in 2025, people want to have new stuff, new characters. So, obviously Batman needed to happen, and I can't wait for that. That's going to ship, I think June, I think is what that said, June-ish. So, I can't wait for Batman 2, and then just start surrounding him. Mr. Freeze is right after him, and man, he's so good. At church, happy Sunday. Hey, thank Chris and Logan just mentioned you a bit ago. So, hope you're having a great time at church. Would love to see Matt come back to the Rogues live. Are you talking about Matt T? If you're talking about Matt T was on the show for a while, and he was having some health issues and things like that. So he asked if he could step back. And that, obviously, again, family and health always first. Lord knows that's the most important thing. So yeah, I don't know exactly where he is at with that. But I'm hoping he's okay. I know he's definitely taking a step back from the hobby a little. Bruce, hey Chris, thanks for the Keaton Batman statue order yesterday. Yeah, thank you very much, Bruce. I'm getting ready to get the shipping label here after this is done. Now to sneak into the wife's curio cabinet next to other 1/10 Batman she let me put in there. That's awesome. Well, yeah, hopefully we don't. I got a message from Bruce is like, yeah, my wife hates you because you've enabled me, and I do hear that quite often, and it's like, sorry, not sorry at all, because I do love enabling, just because it's one of those things where it just has to happen. Hashtag enabled, right? You just have to do that every once in a while. Because that's part of the hobby. It's part of the community where we like to do that. So yeah, I'll definitely get that out. The Nightmare Batman is sold if anybody's interested. Nightmare Batman, let's see what else. The Batman, Keaton Batman. This one sold right here. The Scott Williams. This is going to my friend Dan. Dan wanted this one, so he's going to get this one. It's a great piece. So anyway, there's still stuff available if anybody's interested. Thank you, everybody that's purchased stuff. Helps me fund my next art project. DJ Butt Naked. That's a great name. Hey, brah. With Prime 1 saying they are going in a different route, we will probably see less DC. I know they'll probably still do Mr. Freeze and Riddler, but what else do you think they'll try and tackle? So, I think it was not Sean Murphy. Somebody. Darn it. I just lost his first name. Anyway, somebody was posting that, Prime 1 did a thing. So what we're talking about is this coming Friday night, we're doing the next level reaction show. Always one of our biggest shows of the year. We love to react to that. We love to hang out with you guys. So please join me. I think it's closer to 8 o'clock start time. No, it's 7 o'clock start time, I think. So a little bit before 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I think. I'll double check. But anyway, yeah, join us for the live reaction show. And Prime 1 said that they are, they're doing, they're focusing less on DC. And everybody's like made it big news. Like, this is not big news at all. This is something that Prime 1 has said for the last 2 years. I've had private conversations. They've had public conversations talking about that they don't have very much confidence in DC. DC, you guys know how much I love Batman, but a lot of the decisions that DC makes, it sucks. It sucks. It just sucks. But the characters are great. They have the greatest properties on the planet. They have the greatest villains on the planet. Also, I like Spider-Man villains. But it's one of those things where they have the license to print money, and they mess up so many times. But there's a lot of confidence shaken from companies. And Prime 1 is a big one. Now, if you read what they said, though, they said that there is just going to be less. And again, we have known that for the last 2 years. But obviously, the last show, we weren't expecting any DC to be shown, and they teased Riddler. They teased Mr. Freeze again. So, yes, they are still doing DC. Do I think we might still see a teaser or two during this live hangout? Absolutely, I do. Because they still have the license and they still want stuff to sell. Now, Jerry, I'm reading your comment already. The market is flooded. Yes, it's stupid flooded. And it is the own fault of the companies for shooting themselves in the foot. But they are companies that want to make money. And they have the same license that everybody else did. So, yep, there's going to be 100 Batmans. Yep, there's going to be 100 this character, Harley, and blah, blah, blah. That's why I'm excited about companies like Legendary Beast doing something different. I'm excited about Tweeterhead with the bus doing something different, offering something that is not already out there in the market, that's already flooded the freaking market. But I do think that we will continue to see things from Prime One. Whenever I've had conversations with their art director, this is Johnny Pham. He is a very cool dude to talk to. He is not the head of Prime One. He is the art director, right? So there are people above him. Those are the people. And Johnny loves DC. He's a massive Batman fan, which is why there's so much Batman Prime One. And he has a passion for Batman. But their owners do not have the confidence in Batman right now. So there is going to be less. Are they going to completely quit doing DC? No. And I have that on authority. So there's just going to be less. Okay? Will we still see that Mask of the Phantasm? I'm hoping. Will we still see the Hush Catwoman? I'm hoping. Because those are still things that I would love to buy. And I know a lot of you probably would love to buy them as well. But at the end of the day, they are still going to do DC. I still think we're going to see a DC teaser maybe, or maybe more during this next level. But there's going to be less. They've already said that they are going to be focusing on those properties that they're excited about. The anime stuff, the video game stuff, that's what's selling to a certain degree. Some of it's selling. Some of it's still really low edition sizes because people are just buying less in general. But again, they are a business and they're going to try to squeeze every dime they can to continue to make a profit, right? That's their job. So I don't blame them from pivoting. I don't blame them. Does it suck for me and you as a Batman statue collector? Yeah. Because again, I love what Prime One puts out. They are still my favorite statue company out there in terms of what they put out. I love third scale. So anyway, I still am very optimistic about this Friday. I am. Christopher, great name, by the way. Hey, Chris, happy Sunday. I have a Blitzway Catwoman that came broken. Thankfully, Prime One helped me out and replaced the broken one. Do you think someone would purchase a semi-broken Catwoman? I'm actually surprised they didn't have you break it. A lot of times that's what they do. Before they'll send you another one, they'll have you break it. But if you were lucky enough to not do that, absolutely. Put it on eBay. Put it in the buy-sell trade groups. Again, I'll tout my own. Batman. It's called BSC, Buy Sell Trade on Facebook. Absolutely, somebody would do that because somebody might want just the parts. Somebody might want to try to fix it up at a cheaper price. So, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tariffs are coming. That's bad news. I don't want to talk about bad news today. I think Sideshow is about to really rev up on DC statues, especially considering Prime One is taking a step back. Again, some companies are saying DC is dead. DC is dead. I've heard it multiple times this week from various companies. DC is dead, but I don't think that they are. I think what happens is again, people put out the same product over and over again, and they expect a different result. It's not going to happen. So I think that there are companies like Sideshow finally doing a Riddler. I don't know how that Riddler sold, but if you look at Mr. Freeze, if you look at some of the other releases that they came out with, Penguin, those are sold out, right? You take a Riddler. Everybody's talking about that Man Bat. You do characters like that, people are going to start buying them. Now, are they going to sell as many as they used to? Probably not. But I'm still very optimistic about Sideshow and DC. I think that they have some confidence going forward. There is a reason why they're doing Man Bat. And there's a reason why they didn't do Man Bat for the last 10 years. It's because they were doing the Batmans and the Harleys and the Jokers over and over and over again. But those days are done because people aren't going to continue to buy that. If you already have, like, I've got 3 premium format Jokers right now or whatever, like I don't need another quarter scale Joker. And Sideshow knows that. So like, people don't have a Man Bat, let's do a Man Bat. People don't have a Riddler, let's do a Riddler. They are targeting the hardcore collectors that are still out there watching this program, that are still watching YouTube videos, that are still in the chats, that are still on the forums. Those collectors are who they're targeting. And this grotesque line that they are doing has been, I think, successful for them. So do I think that they will do other characters? Yes. I know Tweeterhead is wanting to do other characters. Whether Chad pulls the trigger on it or not, I'm just saying, I've seen stuff. I've seen stuff behind the scenes that has me very optimistic because they're characters that we have not seen before. And again, this bus line really pivots into that because, again, you've got Solomon Grundy. You got Clayface. You have these amazing characters that people have been asking for. And especially now that people are getting Superman in and they're like, everybody's like, holy crap, this is really good. Holy crap, these are super heavy. They're a lot bigger than I was expecting. When you have those positive things, even though the shitty paint thing that happened, and again, that's just so unfortunate, but I'm just glad that Tweeterhead is making it right. But it's one of those things where people are getting them in and they're excited about them. And they're like, okay, now I get it. I didn't really understand what Chris was talking about until now. So I'm really glad that those have hit well because, again, I have believed in that project from day one. I knew that people, once they got them, they were going to be excited about them. And I understand that it's not everybody's cup of tea. People don't always like Bus, but I love the idea of how cool they're going to look together or individually. I think they complement a collection really nicely. Is it as impressive as a giant 1/3 scale statue? No. But it's a 1/3 scale bust with a lot of presence that could really add something to your display. I love that. Good morning, Chris. Greetings from Ben and Nessa. Ben, how are you doing? I'm assuming that's you down there in the corner with a giant ghost. Hope you guys are doing great. Happy Sunday, everyone. Nice to catch a live show. I just had my evening dinner. See, that's what I like to hear. It's like all the people that can't join us at this absurd time of the day. I'm really glad where you are, it's not like 2 o'clock in the morning. And again, Jerry, I'm going to go back to your question. I agree with you 100%. Again, they shot themselves in the foot, although I don't blame them because they had the license to do it. Again, they're a business. Does it suck for the fans sometimes? I mean, sometimes choice is nice. We've talked about that. But at the same time, when you have the market flooded, it really starts ruining the hobby. And so I'm hoping that people will take a little bit of a step back and give people some breathing room here and give us some characters. Will we still see Sideshow do another Joker? Sure. Will we still see Sideshow do another Batman? Sure. But I'm hoping they give us a little bit of a bubble and continue to push out like Riddler and Man-Bat and whoever else. Would love to see a Mad Hatter. Would love to see a new Croc. Would love to see a ventriloquist. Like, how cool would that be? Morning show from Mr. Brad Ladner. How's it going, sir? Hope you're doing great, my friend. I just had a memory thing popped up of us at Disney. I just want to give you a shout out and say, hope you're doing well, my friend. Can't wait to see you this summer. Dustin Lackey, do you ever think you'll venture out of your comfort zone and collect other things that make you happy? Star Wars, Transformers. There is a line that has me intrigued, and that's J&D. Believe it or not, since I'm the J&D hater, because I'm such a hateful person. But anyway, I am excited about the potential of their Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. You guys know that I'm a Disney Parks guy. I love Disney Parks. My family loves Disney Parks. And it's one of those things where I like to collect Disney things, especially park related things. I've got some stuff. Don't spend a ton of money on that, but I would love the idea of doing, a Davy Jones, Jack Sparrow, Barbossa, especially. Barbossa is my favorite character. So I can see myself teetering into that a bit. Definitely I've pivoted to collecting art. That is a very large expense. You know, I'm looking at my wall right now, and like the amount of money that I've spent on art almost surpasses the statues. Like it's pretty crazy. We're not quite there yet, but and I've definitely slowed down on the art stuff. I am selling a few pieces again just to kind of recoup. Sometimes I go a little bit overboard. I definitely have maybe 4 more pieces from Finch that I'm interested in. I just hit up Jason this week. So anyway, I don't see myself like really pivoting to other things, just because I've talked about it here on the channel where it would make me really stressed, because there would just be so much that I would wanted. And so that's again why I pivoted and became the Batman statue collector. I didn't set out to become the Batman statue collector, but I knew that I loved Joker. I loved the villains. And so that's why I went this route. But I could see myself potentially going and pivoting a little bit and doing some pirate stuff. Jerry says, hopefully the economic numbers can support the different. Hopefully. And that's the thing is like people beg and beg and beg for a man bat. Well, they've got to freaking buy him. But maybe the timing's not great. You know, the world is a mess. Economics are a mess. People are not going to prioritize statues when a carton of eggs is $10 or whatever it is, you know? I feel like most people that are probably buying high-end collectibles are pretty financially stable for the most part. So I think that there is some wiggle room there, but I hope you're right, Jerry. Because I think all of us, we don't want this hobby to die. We don't want statue companies to fold. We don't want the negativity. We want to continue because there's stuff that's cool that we want to collect, right? Nobody wants this hobby to die. Josh says, I have 7 new art prints coming this week, and I'll finally have the Nerd Cave finished. Love my new Zatanna display. And another thing that Josh has done, and I don't know if I'm assuming you were inspired by the Finch wall, but he has collected a cabbie. Is that a cabbie somebody? I can't remember his full name. Sorry, I follow him on Instagram, but Josh has kind of recreated that. Like he's got like all of the villains. And it's really good. Are they all? I can't remember what the size was, like 7 by something, and they're square. Like the ones I have are 9 by 12, which are a little bit longer. But I really love what he's done, and it's really cool. So I love all of the art prints. I love that you've got I'm kind of jealous of you that you have the wall space, because again, that's something I continue to struggle with a little bit with my art. You know, I could put art behind here, but the statues block it. It's just, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but I'm so excited to see your Nerdcade finish because it's looking great. Mike saying hello to Brad. Jerry says the amount of bang for the buck that is the unlicensed anime market provides makes one really think about the profit margins on the superhero stuff. Superheroes just aren't selling. You see it in the movies. The movies aren't very good right now. I hope that changes. I'm a little nervous about Superman. I've been hearing there's like rewrites and reshoots. So it's one of those things where I think the movies really help drive the interest in the statues, in the superhero stuff, whether that's comic books, statues, CGCs, whatever art, but right now, like anime is just gets king. You go to conventions and the people go freaking nuts for the voice actors. Like they take up an entire area. I have no idea about anime. I have zero. I'm 48. I have no idea what's going on with that. It's just not my thing. But it is doing way better than superhero stuff. Thanks, Chris, for all your hard work. Well, thank you. Thank you for, again, being a viewer. I really appreciate it. Morning to all. Morning to you. Good morning. I need coffee. Again, I've still got about half of my iced caffeinated beverage. Again, drink up. Cheers to everybody. Again, hopefully everybody's having a great Sunday morning. Ledge, limited collectibles. I'm interested in Catwoman. Can't go wrong with Catwoman. Southern Comic Geek Brotherhood member. Thank you again. Appreciate all the members being here, and I can't thank you guys enough for your continued support of the channel. I think, unfortunately, I can still see DC movie stuff still coming, and if DCU does well, we still have statues like that coming. Unfortunately, I think comic statue-wise, we may be shit out of luck for statues a couple years. Again, I still feel like they are coming. I do think that we'll still see something at next level. I do. But in terms of the DC movie stuff, like that's through Blitzway. So, they're doing the Alex Ross stuff. They've already shown that. What other DC movie stuff do you see coming out? Would they do a Superman? Probably from the new movie. I would still love them to do a DeVito Penguin. I think that would be really good. I think it would sell pretty good. Probably not as good as Catwoman. But I'm trying to think, like, who else could they do? Bane. But I think that Blitzway still has confidence in DC more than maybe Prime 1 does. But they use Prime 1's license to do the Blitzway stuff. Bretton's saying hello. The Humble Collector UK says, thought Dan would buy Batman art up his cup of tea. Yeah, it's nice not going to work after a live stream. Great topics, great chill out show. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Dan definitely buys Batman art. Like that's definitely his cup of tea. I'm not sure if I misreading what you're saying. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying the chill out show. I'm glad. Doing good. Been intermittent fasting for 8 weeks, lost 20 pounds. That's fantastic, Brad. That's awesome. Man, the older you get, the more you realize like that health is important. Although I am drinking an iced latte. I'm down about 44 pounds, I think, since August. So I've definitely been working on myself. And I'm so glad, Brad, that it's working. And keep it up, man. You're gonna if you continue to intermittent fast and really focus on your protein, it's really gonna help. I like now that I've lost some weight, like I really want to start lifting some. But man, I'm feeling great. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome. Captain Jack Sparrow, mate. I mean, come on. How great would it be to have a J&D Captain Jack Sparrow? Hopefully his face doesn't look all droopy. But, I mean, come on. I think they would do a really great job with Davy Jones. It would be awesome. I would pay the money for it. I want that character so bad. With as many commissions as you bought from David, does he send you Christmas cards? No, he doesn't. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, I've got 24, 25 from him. I've spent a lot of money with David. If you start collecting Pirates of the Caribbean, you may finally have something to put on the bottom shelf. That's the problem. It probably wouldn't be in this room. It'd be in my family's craft room. I don't know where they would go. That's the problem. Is I feel like if I put other stuff in here, it just sticks out like a sore thumb. I mean, if I had like a row of Transformers, like I just feel like it doesn't fit, right? So I don't know where I'd put it. Brad says statue companies can always get to what they should be doing. Statues of U.S. presidents, either singular or having them fight Thanos. I'd like a Calvin Coolidge versus Carnage. That'd be pretty good. Yeah, I was gonna say. I know. I always think of like, Jeff Delaney loving to collect those World War II, covers, from CGCs. That'd be pretty funny. Or like the Hall of Presidents. They like come to life, fight Marvel characters. I think part of the problem and antagonism with the alleged DC pullback, if there are still DC projects on the website from 3 years ago, they have never put out. You're talking about Prime 1 products. So again, like I have been told that they're not canceled. They're just put on hold indefinitely. So again, never say never. Never say never. Sorry about writing. Do you ever miss your old collection in the attic? I do miss sometimes how intimate that setting was. Like it was very closed off. But I wouldn't be able to have a third of what I have now in that space, which sometimes can be good. Sometimes that minimal look is good. But I wanted to create this space to have the room to grow. I have no idea how long I'll continue to collect. I have no idea how long I'll continue to do this channel, but I wanted to have the space that I could grow into. And I know the empty shelves bother a lot of people out there, but I love the idea that I have the room to grow and I have the room to pivot. And I'm really happy with that. And yes, it would have been a less headache to have the old back cave, but it is what it is. I think this could be part of what has some people feeling so negative. It's business model that has worked for Prime One for a long time, but also makes people go, "Where is the product?" Yeah, I mean, again, I don't fault the companies necessarily because again, they are a business. They're going to do what they need to do to survive. Were they at some points extremely greedy? Yes. I still think that companies like Prime, I still feel like they pad shipping. And that sucks. But again, they are a business, so I don't blame them. Do they do things that piss collectors off sometimes? Yep. They're not the only ones. Whether it's shipping or customer service issues, we've been hearing a lot about that from like PCS. PCS had a big, blurb this week with some customer service issues. So it's starting to get kind of ugly in places, but there is a lot of negative feeling out there. Mike says, "Hey folks, have a great Sunday. Going out to do some yard cleanup. Finally, no snow." Yeah, I was going to say it's been, it was 60 degrees here. So yeah, snow is finally all melted, but thanks for being here, Mike. On hold indefinitely is just another wording for cancel. It's not because they have the files. Like they already paid the artist. They already have the files. So they're just waiting for the opportune moment. Let's say that Phantasm piece, let's say they don't have confidence to sell 100 of those. They're going to hold off until they do have the confidence. If Superman does well, I really think that if Superman does well and that starts that universe, that's going to bring eyes back to product. And you're going to start seeing DC ramp up from Prime One. But if Superman tanks, it could be game over. I'm still really excited about Batman 2, but that's still not part of James Gunn's universe. So would they pivot and just focus on that? Clearly they don't love that universe enough. Or why else would they have hired James Gunn to redo a Batman, to redo a Superman? Have you thought about having side shelving redone to suit your statues? I don't know. What would you suggest? These are built in. So I don't know. I'd have to tear it all out. I think Prime One will at least do an absolute DC line. Not sure if you'd be interested in that. I would definitely be interested in absolute DC Batman. That look has really grown on me. The story is really good from what I've read. I haven't read very much of it yet, but I've really enjoyed it. Definitely be interested in an absolute third scale. I was trying to order comic stands, etc., from Red Wolves, who you promote, but it's only for USA and Canada. I've reached out to them to ask if they'd ship to Scotland. Want to protect my 89 Batman comic. I'm not sure about their international shipping. I guess I haven't really looked into that. I hope just keep reaching out to them. Mike's really great. If you maybe try to find him on Facebook or Instagram, they're really responsive, and maybe they would do something special for you. I don't know, but man, Mike's been so great. Again, I'm really excited to show you guys some new stuff that's coming out from them. And again, 2022, the Phantasm piece was announced, and so again, this is just what I've been told. Don't shoot the messenger. But I've been told that the projects are not canceled. They're just on hold until it's a better time, which makes sense from a business. I mean, why put out something if you're going to sell 3 of them? Now, I do think the Phantasm piece, I wish it was a third scale, but it's going to be quarter scale. And I would love for them just to do a standalone Phantasm. I mean, if they could do Jokerized Batsuit, can't they do a third scale Phantasm? I got one of their stands very well made, plus got a character base they never had done before. And that's the great thing is like Red Wolf Collectibles. Again, if you've never ordered anything from them, make sure you use code STATUE because that will give you a discount. But I just really believe in what they put out, and they do custom work too, which is great. So if you want to have a custom Joker statue with a certain Joker logo, they'll do it. I get what you mean for the hold, but if it's 7 years later, they try to put it out, you may not collect anymore. So would it then matter? Well, I'm right there with you. I mean, I believe they should just put it out, because if you don't, it's going to wane interest. And then some other company is going to do Phantasm. Let's say Legendary Beast. Well, Legendary Beast puts one out and they're like, I don't really want the Prime 1 now. They waited too long. But again, they have a business direction and they're going to stick with it, whether we like it or not. But it might be to the detriment of them, you know? Have you thought about pedestals along the sidewalls? Will you ever get rid of movie pieces and collect only comic ones? And sure, your channel will be around for a long while yet. So whenever I built the back section, we had a conversation in my family because I was just going to do garage shelving on the sides. And when we saw how this was looking in the back, we're both like, let's just do some side shelving too, which increased the cost a lot. But at the end of the day, I'm like, this will just give it a more finished, complete look. Plus, if I ever, if we sell this house at some point, I wanted this room too to be able to, you can make this into a movie theater room or, whatever. If you remove the statues, it's still a usable space. Where I think a lot of people might shoot themselves in the foot with the way they design things. And then they're like, well, I've got this weird statue room and who's going to want to buy the house with that? Because it doesn't have as much function. Like this room could still be a movie room. You could put the way I designed it, I've got plugins in the back, plugins on this wall behind my Finch stuff. If you wanted to put a movie screen or, this could be a movie theater room. So I did think about shelving on the side, but I don't really want to get rid of the movie pieces. If anything, I probably would get rid of the Joker back here, the life-size Joker, because if I put stuff down below, I don't have room for him. That's why he's out in the middle. So I just don't really know. Hopefully the channel will be around for a while longer. I don't know. Again, I don't know how long I'll do this. You guys keep me here. You know what I mean? Like I love doing this and I love the community. And so that's why I continue to do the channel because I love it. I love bringing you news. I love talking about the hobby. Hopefully they'll get back to you. I hope so too. That begs the question, why would they announce pieces so early in development when they're not sure it'll sell? I think it's to test the waters. John, I think it's like one of those things where if you drum up excitement, right? They tease us and they see what the reaction is. But I also think they might have a plan in place and then they have to pivot from that plan. I think in 2022, when they showed Phantasm, 2022 is a different place than we are in 2025. They had more confidence in DC. But everything's got a pecking order. If you show 7 items, those 7 items have to be prioritized in the factory. And so by the time, let's say Phantasm was piece number 7, well, by the time they actually get it ready to go up for pre-order, now they don't have confidence in it. Like we have way more confidence in our anime pieces or our Jurassic Park pieces or our Predator pieces, whatever other license they have. And so I really do feel like if they had a factory where they could make everything at once, it might be different. But I think that's why I think they have every intention for it to come up for pre-order. They have every intention for people to be excited about it. They have every intention for it to sell well. But it really, I think it just comes down to timing. Tommy Wayne says, I'm a big fan of your channel. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Tommy. I really appreciate that. Again, just comments like that mean the world to me. So again, you guys are why I continue to do this channel. Okay. Oh, I think going into anime fighting game focus is a good decision on their home markets. So I'm considering my next piece to not be a DC piece. But as you know, we try to focus, we go broke. Yeah, I know. And that's the thing is like, if you're into that stuff, I'm really glad. I'm really glad that there's that stuff coming out. Because I think a lot of that market hasn't been tapped into yet. So we've been lucky to have so much Batman. Whereas, maybe you're a One Punch fan or whatever. I don't know anime, but now they're doing a lot of stuff. So I'm happy for those collectors because they're finally getting their stuff. Now to not be so skeptical, I did find out this month my Hellbat 1/4 from Prime 1 should be coming. So I am really ready for that. My first statue coming in over a year. That's awesome. That's a great piece too. I really think they did a nice job with that piece. But again, it's like why do a quarter scale Hellbat and not bring a Phantasm? It's just some of their choices have been odd with what they've brought. But I really do feel like maybe that they're trying to do some pieces that might kind of cross over. Maybe Hellbat kind of crosses over into that anime video game realm because it is different. But congratulations, that piece looks great. And I don't know if you'd have any interest, but when you get it, I would love for you or someone to do a guest review on that piece. Because I'm really curious about that piece. If you're interested, hit me up at thebatmanstatuecollector@gmail.com. Would love to feature it. Arkham Unlimited. Hi, how are you? Doing great. How about yourself? Are you going to get the Man Bat statue when it goes up for pre-order on Sideshow day 1? I am curious about the paint and what they'll do with that. Because it is a brown character, and a lot of times, like Clayface or Man Bat, it kind of gets lost sometimes. So I think they'll probably do some interesting paint things. I'm excited about the translucent wings. That's going to be just amazing. So yeah, day 1 for me. I do agree with you. Anime IP is way more popular than comics right now, but how big are the statue markets? I feel like there are less people buying anime pieces. I mean, Prime 1 will have you believe that everybody overseas are buying them left and right. But then you look at the edition sizes on some of these things, and they're not any better than the superhero stuff. So I call BS at times, but there's no question that it's more popular. Matt Martin just bought the T2 bust enabled by Jimmy from Godlike Statues. Amazing piece. I hadn't heard that he bought it. That's awesome. Man, he spent some money this month. God bless Matt. I love it. You ready for some Hollywood Cena, by the way? Man, I watched, if you're a wrestling fan, I watched Elimination Chamber last night, and we had, after 22 years, John Cena turned heel, which means he turned to be a bad guy, which was great. I kind of predicted that's what would happen. Kind of played out exactly like I thought. It was either going to be him or Cena, or him and Punk. So I'm ready for it. I think it's going to make the story interesting going into Mania. How many free statues have you had and sold? So I have got the Sideshow freeze and this one. This one's for sale right now. I've had it twice. And so it's for sale because I am interested in the 3rd scale comic book one. I plan to be doing a live unboxing of it on another channel, but if I can, I'll take some video and send it to you. That'd be awesome. If you want to do the unboxing, we're there, and review here or whatever. And if you want to do whatever you want to do, I'm fine with that. I'm excited to see that piece. So again, congratulations. Inti, hey Chris, hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Love your Rogues Gallery streams. Always look forward to watching after work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Inti. It means the world to me that you guys enjoy the content, and thanks for being here. Thank you. Happy Sunday to you. Do you think Cena is going to do after Mania? I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. I am still a little surprised that he would want to go out that way, but obviously a heel turn for him is right up there with, Hogan turning heel. And, it's like, it's memorable. And I think it will be memorable going into Mania, but I don't know what they'll do afterward. I don't know if, maybe it'll be a double swerve, or maybe, I think the whole storyline is that he wants to be the 17-time champion. He's tied with Ric Flair right now, 16-time. This would put him at 17, which would be, considered the greatest of all time. But then maybe he'll do a double swerve on The Rock because I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. I think that could happen where he does a double swerve on the rock somehow. With anime, I would say a lot of people buy the statues. Like I have a lot of friends that are into that, and they'll be spending like $500 at one statue, and it gets sold out within 5 minutes. Yeah, especially if the prices are better on some of the anime stuff. It's a no-brainer, right? Hey, Chris, I'm done with Tweeterhead. They are not a big, active enough company to justify how bad the customer service is. 4+ months, not even an automated response. Have you emailed Eric Bullseye? I'm curious if you've emailed him. I know that some collectors are still waiting. I've heard a lot of collectors that have been getting through. So that's just what I recommend. I know that, Tweeterhead has lately had to kind of dig themselves out of this mess. And I hope that they are able to survive it because, again, I very much believe in Tweeterhead. Could their customer service over the last 3 or 4 years be better? Yeah, 100%. And I'm really glad that they are trying to fix this. Because, again, I very much believe in the product they put out and the people behind it. But I'm just sorry. I know a lot of people have said the same thing. And I'm just sorry that you're having to deal with it. Only thing missing was one line by Cena in Canada going, "I'm the greatest there ever was." Yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, Cena didn't even say anything. He had a press conference afterward, just did a mic drop and left. Pretty great. On a side note, just got the Prime 1/3 Talon. Oh, I'm so happy, man. It's one of my favorite pieces. Other than my owl broke. My owl broke off mine. It's so awesome. Oh yeah, I'm unboxing him on Godlike whenever it finally comes out. That's awesome. Say hello to Jimmy. When do you think you'll receive the Legendary Beast Studios Batman? Well, whenever it comes out. I'm very excited to add that one. I'm just excited for Legendary Beast doing this lineup. I hope they're doing well, but I feel like they just need to get stuff out. They need to get stuff out. Sorry, I missed this one. I still cannot wait to see more Legendary Beast stuff. Some of the teas, Ra's al Ghul 1/3 scale digital sculpting looks good. I know that one will be Chris smashing the pre-order button. Yeah. Again, they're going to do stuff that I want. They're going to do stuff that you want. But again, he's got to get stuff out. Because I think that'll prove, because they're getting the Marvel stuff out, but they've got to get the DC stuff out. I was just looking at the Prime 1 store. I saw $8,000 life-size animated statue. It's one of those things where if people will buy them, right? The edition size on that is going to be pretty low. But you think of like shops, toy stores, things like that. They're the ones that are probably going to buy that. Disney calls those things weenies. It's what gets you into the store. Cinderella's Castle is a weenie. Tower of Terror is a weenie. It's what gets you into the park. It draws you into the park. Draws you into the store. Legendary Beast Clayface. Yeah, that's going to be in order for me. I'm gonna have to sell more blood or sell my kidney or something to afford this stuff. I'm actually looking forward to that Prime 1 Blackest Night Batman. That's a fun piece. All the black goo coming out of his mouth. I'm on the wait list, but pretty confident that it'll be available. That's awesome. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a fun piece. Again, it's just some of the stuff that they did is odd. But I know that Blackest Night piece, they had the renders for a while, and that's another piece that they slept on, and they just waited for the right time. So I don't know how well that one sold, but I know they had the files for quite a long time. So it's just the same as the other ones, Phantasm, Hush Bat and Cat, or the Bat and Cat from Clayman, Hush Catwoman, some of those pieces. Some of the life-size statues, man, are just amazing. They'll make my bank account want to buy it. I really considered like that life-size Dark Knight from Queen. Like that thing looks great. It's like $12,000. Any news on your Prime 1 Dark Knight Joker Robin diorama? It's been years. No. I got a thing last year that said like there were factory issues. I still want it, but I keep thinking about canceling. I don't know. I don't know if I need that piece or not. But it's a cool piece. In the US, check out Comic Concepts. They still have both up for pre-order right now. Yeah, definitely check them out. I never thought about it that way. I guess comic book stores would buy a lot of statues not to sell, but just to display. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like, you go into like a comic book shop that's like a local shop and they have a few statues, like they don't ever sell those. They're just to get people in the store, that people want to look at them, people want to see them, but then it gets you to buy the $3 comic. We're all weenies. Yeah, I emailed Eric and anyone else I found. I think it's just talk at this point. They've had far more than enough time to resolve their service issues. So again, I'm just sorry that you're having to deal with that. I would keep trying though. I wouldn't give up. I always say be patient, but I understand your frustration. It just sucks. There's no other way to say it. What are your thoughts on the Prime One future not focusing on DC products? What do you think is the reason? Actually, Arab Gamer, we talked about that quite a bit earlier on in the show. I don't want to bore everybody with repeating myself, so maybe just rewind a little bit. And we talked about that quite a bit. Do you think with Hush 2 coming out, the Prime One would finally make Catwoman or more Hush characters? I think that this would be the time. If Hush 2 does well, which I think it has the ability to do so, obviously with Jim Lee coming back to anything, they're going to do a lot of covers. They're already selling the CGCs. I think that this would be the time to pull the trigger. If Prime One's smart, this is when they'll show Catwoman. But I would love to see a Hush, with the bandages. I would love to see that. I was just thinking back to a conversation I had with Johnny. Like I was asking him about that character, and I think he would rather do like Darkman or something. Like he's like basically the same character, but he's like, I don't think they had a lot of confidence in Hush himself. I really want to get Prime One Deluxe Tactical Throne, but the space and the price, that's a piece that I'm really excited about. I can safely say, we tried to enable Dan the other night, and we succeeded. He has ordered Tactical Throne. I'm just wondering, too, what is going on with XM. They keep saying same products are being made. They just recently said a Space Godzilla diorama from 2001 was finally being made. Yeah. I have zero confidence in XM at the moment. I'm still hopeful, but I would not hold my breath. And it's sad because, again, I come from a place where I want everybody to be successful. They put out great product, but I think 2025 has caught up to them and catching up to a lot of other companies, and it just sucks. It just sucks. But again, I'm hopeful, but at this point, I'm not super optimistic. I wish they'd make a Hush movie, the Court of the Owls, and again, Court of the Owls for me fits the Pattinson universe really well. I'm just excited to see what they do. Yeah, no. Again, when you do this, boom, he's got no chance. Yeah. I mean, you might as well. I mean, come on. You're gonna miss out, dude. It's gonna be an amazing piece. He did get on the wait list at Sideshow, but he ordered through a different company. You happy Kelsey appears to be coming back? I am if he has passion. He looked dead inside for the Super Bowl. No passion, no drive. If you watch clips of him, Mahomes is scrambling for his life, and he's just standing there. There was no passion in him. He was empty. Now, if he has drive going into this season, I'm happy. But if he has nothing and he's distracted by his podcast and Swift and all the other stuff, time to retire. I love him, but you could just see it all season. He just didn't have it. He didn't have that same drive, that same passion. I'm being enabled by Jimmy and his crew to get the dog alien. That's a great piece too. Yeah, it's a great piece. Yeah, you only live once, right? Collect what you love. Enjoy the hobby. Drink coffee if you want. Anyway, I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you guys all have an amazing Sunday. Have an amazing week. And again, please join us Friday for our live reaction show to the Prime 1 Next Level. Even if they don't show any DC or very much DC, I really hope that you join us because it's just fun to hang out, see the new stuff that's coming out. It's just exciting. You know, it's one of the aspects left in this hobby that's still fun to do, hang out and experience the shock, the reveals together. So please join us Friday. And just thank you again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I'm going to go kind of start my day now, and I hope you guys have a great rest of yours, and I'll see you in the back cave. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye-bye. Have a good one.